You lied and gaslighted right to my face. I saw it all.
You gaslighted right in front of all of us. Oh, hi. Hey, look who's here. Oh,
what's up? People.
Oh, good acting, people. Very good acting.
What? I was merely acting. It's the 15-minute morning show podcast. Everyone's here. There's Scotty B in the other room. There's Gandhi. There's Skeery. And there's Garrett. Yes. And Danielle's here. And Straight Nate.
I want to start the podcast today.
Please do.
Sherry Shepherd, top 3 guests of all time.
Wow.
You know what? Yeah. I concur. She was amazing today.
Yeah. Wait, I want to know who the other 2 are on your list.
Ed Sheeran and Ryan Tedder. I think Ryan Tedder, for me, the way he was able to explain music, because I'm tone deaf, I don't know how music works. You're like, oh, that sounds like a flat C, or it sounds like a
C
sharp
flat
A.
would be a B, by the way.
I don't even know. With C, I don't even have no clue.
Wow, I would have to put Louis Capaldi in the top 5.
Yes,
he's fabulous.
He's vying.
That's why we can't have this conversation, because we've had a lot
Michael
of great guests.
Bublé is a fabulous.
Yes,
he's phenomenal.
Josh Groban. He's
Yes.
Josh.
Oh, and all the times we've had with Enrique Iglesias.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
always a fun time.
Bobby
smelling.
Bobby Flay.
Yeah, but he's got a family.
No.
He's not really like...
Good,
Oh, Tayo Cruz.
Charlie.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Charlie Puth is always good.
In other words, we've had a lot of great guests.
Beth's smelling guest, though, is Jason Derulo.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Oh, my.
Nobody
and his
smells...
hands are so smooth.
Nobody smells better than Jason Derulo.
Moisturize.
It's a common question. Wait, hold on. You remember how his hands feel?
Yeah, his hands were so smooth. I remember shaking his hand because he had, you would associate the smell in his hands, and I'm like, oh my God, his lotion just smelled so good.
There's just something creepy about this. Are you hearing this?
I am.
But you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I guess so. I do. I will say I do take note when people have very soft hands, because in my mind I'm like, you don't do a day's work. The softest hands ever.
Yeah, it used to be that guys
the
guys with rough hands and like calluses would be sexy because they're hard working.
Well, I'll tell you right now, Nate has calloused right hand.
Just the right.
Wow.
Just the right.
It's a lot of effort if I'm using.
You don't switch it up? You need to put some Jergens on that.
You can't switch it up.
You can't.
Here we go.
Why can't you? If you're ambidextrous, why can't you switch it up?
It's the same reason I can't write with my right hand.
Here we go. Here goes the podcast.
What? And by the way, who was the person that made that left-hand turn?
Oh.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
It was.
Speaking of the podcast,
you took it over the line.
And Scotty and Left Hand Turns, can we talk about how you farted on me in Miami?
What?
It wasn't on purpose.
In Florida?
It was not on purpose.
Why'd you fart on
So,
Danielle?
he was walking.
It should be the other way around.
Next time it will be. He was walking right in front of me. We're walking down the street in St. Augustine, doing some sightseeing, la la la, with Froggy and Lisa, and all of a sudden he lets it rip. I was almost on top of him.
You were downwind.
Yes, right on me. He farted.
I just had so much shrimp. I'm so sorry.
I told you.
Shrimp does that to you?
I said, are you fucking
Wait,
kidding me
shrimp
right
farts.
now? And he did it on purpose.
Well, because you're like my little sister. It's fun.
Elvis is feeling it. He's feeling the podcast.
It's like
coming apart.
every day we're talking about crap.
So gross.
Listen, I'm not going to be the reason that this one doesn't get aired, so I'm being quiet now.
Can we talk about different crap? Can we talk about how Skeery tried to frame me for his ratty behavior with the cookie?
Skeery, that was very questionable what happened.
You lied and gaslighted right to my face. I saw it all
You
happen.
gaslighted right in front of all of us.
What happened? Not Scotty's kind of gaslighting.
No, different.
What did I do?
So we had a box of cookies.
Yeah.
And yesterday I ate a cookie and I didn't like it. I took one bite of it and I said, oh, I don't really like this. I threw it in the trash can. Today.
In the wrapper.
In the wrapper, in the trash. Today I went to take the box out of the studio. And somehow there was a partially eaten cookie in a wrapper in the box. So I pulled it out. I said, what kind of rat behavior is this? This is disgusting.
So
Skeery's
someone put the cookie you threw in the trash yesterday into the box today.
I didn't even know that. Yeah, but it was that trash cookie in the box. And Skeery looked me dead in the face and said, you did that. I said, I absolutely did not do that. I threw it in the trash can. Yeah. Turns out Skeery went into the trash, took the cookie out, had a bite of it himself, decided he didn't like it, and replaced it
in the cookie box.
I liked it so much I wanted to save it for later.
But
I put it back in the box.
The point is you told her she did it.
Yes.
And you clearly the one who did it.
She initiated it by throwing it, by
I
taking
threw it away.
She threw it away.
Yesterday. No sooner did
Cookie was gone. Cookie was gone.
Gone.
You brought it back, took a bite, and put it back in the bag, and then you blamed her.
And then you said I did it. You said to me I did it.
Seconds later, it touched the trash. I picked it right back up when she walked out of the room. Took a bite. I'm like, this is good. I'm going to save this for tomorrow.
All of the things you're saying are I. You did it, and you framed me. You tried to frame me to me.
This is true.
It's crazy.
No, guys, we all did it. We all did it.
By the way, this isn't Skeery's first interaction with a trash can and food. Do you remember the cheesecake incident of 2017?
Or the spaghetti incident? Which one? That was the Guns N' Roses album. Sorry.
Slice of cheesecake, which we all had slices of cheesecake, and I took a couple of bites, and I didn't want to eat the whole thing, so I put it in the trash. Skeery sees me do so. He goes, "What are you doing that for? It's perfectly good cheesecake."
It was.
Proceeds to grab the trash can and eat out of the garbage.
He ate it out of the garbage.
Yeah.
He didn't even bring it out of the trash can. He ate it like from within the trash can.
I lifted
trash
the
can-
garbage pail up and I ate it with the fork. Like it was
The trash can was his vessel.
Some people will say that's good. You didn't waste food.
Yeah.
But you know
Or
what?
another trash bag.
And nor am I the only culprit or person who was actually eating stuff out of trash cans before. I know I'm not the first in this room.
We all did pizza because Elvis had such
I
good
didn't eat it out of a trash
But,
can.
and it was in a box.
It was in New York City trash
But
can.
it was in the box.
It was in a box. And it was in the snow, so it was safe.
Oh, okay.
You went back to get
I sent Greg T back to that corner to get the trash, to get the pizza out of the trash can.
You threw it out that morning, and as soon as you got to the
Because it
building,
was so slushy and icy, I was walking with a pizza box.
I know, but that walk was like less than 5 minutes, and you're like, you know what? I should have gotten.
And that was an outdoor public New York City trash can, and some time had passed since you received it in the studio when Greg T brought it back.
But you know what? The difference is this: I didn't blame it on someone else, like
Yes.
you did.
That was the whole point, that you blamed it on
You
me.
blamed it on Gandhi. She had nothing. All she did was throw away a cookie.
Which is a
You did
sin. That's sacrilegious to begin with.
You know what? I agree with you on that. But I did say, would anybody like this cookie? And everyone said no, so there was nothing to do with it because I didn't want to leave a half-eaten cookie
I take
somewhere.
full responsibility. I'm
so I
sorry.
chucked it in the trash can.
I don't think that's as bad as me eating the steak from Greg T's ass. Do you remember?
What?
He had
My
so
God.
he had butt steak.
Wait, hold on.
So he came in.
Wait,
remember?
Wait, hold on.
He grilled it,
Clarify
yeah.
that, clarify that.
It was grilled. It was skirt
Yes,
steak.
let me explain. So he
Oh, that's
tied
right,
a
yeah.
piece of skirt steak to his butt, and he sat on the George Foreman.
He made it a
grill,
skirt.
The
and
skirt
he,
steak.
Yeah, he made a skirt steak, and he grilled it, and he was like, "Does anyone want to try it?" So it actually tasted good.
She ate it
and
off his
everybody's
butt.
Like, that was on his butt. I said, yeah, but he
like
cooked
bare
it.
butt, like
Yeah.
you butthole
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
steak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I had a piece too.
Yeah, you had a piece.
Yeah, it was
And
good.
he always had that.
tasted good.
He always had that musky smell.
It was
Yeah.
like rump roast.
But I feel like when it's searing at that temperature, all the germs go out.
Danielle,
Okay.
I'll never understand. You cringe at the thought of mayonnaise, but that day when I saw you put meat from a man's ass in your mouth, I'm like, I've lost all respect for
Oh
this
my
woman.
gosh, she's like, it was good.
Wait, oh
That's
my
when
God.
you lose respect for me.
Hold on. Here goes the podcast.
What, meat from a man's ass?
Ass meat.
Look, Scotty woke up again.
Yeah, Scotty said, "Oh, let's talk about it."
Cooked it right out. Oh my God.
This is the first Gandhi's hearing of
I have
this.
never heard this before.
Yeah.
I am
I
astounded.
think there's
I was
video of
actually
him.
disgusted that
I
day.
think if you go in the archives,
There is.
there's
I
video
have
of
it.
him.
And then the other,
Speaking of Gandhi, Danielle was talking about how she and one of her sons were going through archives, video archives of our show. All the stuff we used to do was just
Oh my gosh.
we couldn't get along. We couldn't get away with half of it,
No.
including eating meat off a man's
It was
butthole.
crazy.
did you watch the video? Skeery changed Greg T's diaper.
I remember that though.
Oh my God.
It's out there.
Yeah.
If you Google it, it's out there on
Remember
YouTube somewhere.
Butt bugs was the best.
Oh,
And the ping pong balls in your butt.
Oh,
and we would take the ping
no.
pong balls and toss them at Greg T's butthole, and if it stuck, you won. And you got that number, same number.
I will say this: Danielle's very comfortable, I think, with T's butt.
Oh, I am.
Because
it was in my face all the time.
all the time.
We
at
saw it
your
more than we
wedding.
saw his face.
What about the shit we used to do behind each other's back?
No, at Elvis's wedding, we were all at his house broadcasting.
Yeah.
And somehow a lime got into T's
lime.
butt. And then he
That dropped on my
he
head.
laid it like an egg. He
I
laid it on the
did. I
ground out of
picked
his
it up.
butt, and Danielle just grabs it.
I threw it at
like it's
Froggy.
nothing.
Yeah, she dropped it on Froggy and I. So messed up.
I had a Caesar salad once, and I didn't know where it came from. Well, I didn't know what was done to it.
That's on YouTube.
It's on. That's also on YouTube.
It got stirred with something, I think.
We'll leave it at that.
We can't do that.
We used to do all this shit.
We
That
tossed
was the
Scary
scariest
salad.
thing, Elvis.
We toss.
One day we should all get together and watch videos at my house.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not going to your house. Your house scares me. I think we've done enough here.
Enough damage. Yeah.
So
How do we
say
fix
goodbye.
it?
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Sorry.
Awkward.